Hey guys, now that you have decided to buy an SUV, did you know that there are actually two body constructions for SUVs?
One of them is the body-on-frame, the more traditional take between the two. And for this example on the left, we have the Toyota Fortuner. The other body construction is what is called Unibody, represented by the blue Toyota RAV4. Let's take a look at what each SUV body construction has to offer. Body-on-frame is a method in which a separate body is mounted on a rigid frame or chassis. This chassis carries the engine and the drivetrain.
Unibody is short for unitized body. This means that the vehicle's construction is made of a one-piece frame.
One of the advantages of a body-on-frame SUV is the high torsional strength. That means that despite being rigid, the whole vehicle takes off-road capabilities to a whole different level.
Another advantage for body and frames is that since they're relatively heavier, and since the body and the frame are separate, they actually do better when it comes to towing. So when it's something above 1,000 kilograms, it is more advisable to use a car like this.
Another advantage of a body-on-frame SUV is that the suspension is softer, which leads to better comfort, and it's easier to replace them with aftermarket parts.
Any comments on the comfort, Nico? Like we're driving the RAV4 and the Fortuner back to back.
Well, you know, what's interesting about the Fortuner is that it feels like such a big car. But the suspension may be a bit on the wallowy side for like if you're riding by yourself, around your family. But overall, I have no qualms about how it goes over road imperfections, especially in the local roads.
Scene. One of the biggest advantages of a unibody is that it's not on top of anything, which allows it to have not only a lower flooring, but also a lower ride height, lower center of gravity, and to top it all off, easier to get into.
The body is more rigid, which means you have better handling when it comes to corners, thanks to its low center of gravity, and the ride is generally much more comfortable for its passengers.
Okay, now coming from the Fortuner, what can you say about how it feels like driving the RAV4?
The RAV4 actually, thanks to its stiffer suspension, you feel more attached to the road. It feels like driving's a more involving thing.
Yeah, and you know, as a passenger, I'm starting to see that as long as there's not much heavy bumps, it's actually a smoother ride. Like the rigidity, since you're strapped onto your seat anyway, the rigidity works well with the passenger comfort. Now that we got a chance to drive side by side a unibody and a body-on-frame platform vehicle.
Personally, for me, I'm more of a unibody user because for one thing, I don't need all that space. For me, if I'm just going into work, going into the city, running my errands, the RAV4 fits the bill. But that's only because it meets what I want in an SUV.
Yeah, on the other hand, I did enjoy the RAV4, and between the two of us, I held the RAV4 for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
But once I got into the Fortuner, and once I got to test drive it more, I'm like, you know what, this suits more of me because I carry a lot of heavy equipment at the back. You know, I like the space, both for me as a big passenger and for like my other friends. So both cars have their advantages and disadvantages. Now that you know the difference between the body-on-frame and the unibody, what is your next choice of an SUV? We'd like to know in the comment section down below.
We'd like to thank you for watching our quick video and overview about the different types of SUVs. Now stay tuned for more content coming up in the next few months where we'll be doing car reviews, some news articles,
some features,
maybe even some comparisons between different manufacturers. So keep an eye out for that.
Stay tuned, guys.